Hey folks, it's Vic Noble here with the weekly trade example for the week ending October the 18th of 2013. And this week I thought I'd share some information with you about reward to risk and how maintaining a healthy ratio is really important. The reason it's important is because if you have a low reward risk ratio, then you have to be extremely accurate in your trades in order to make money overall, right? So what you need is a methodology that, it's just difficult to be that accurate all the time. There's, losses happen. So what you need is a methodology that provides you with the opportunity for higher reward risks and ideally with lots of opportunities. And that's exactly what the recurring forex patterns do. And there are trades every single day in every session, and the reward risks on them are just outstanding. I'm going to show you some in just a minute. One of the keys to getting such good rewards compared to the risk is that the risk amount with these trades can usually be kept very small. So for example, if we have a trade on with just a 10 pip risk, then we only need to make 20 pips in order to get a 2-to-1 reward to risk, right? So the master at doing this is Shirley Hudson. She submits trades to me every single day, at least 3 of them, and in those trades there are always 2-to-1 reward risks or higher, usually 3-to-1 or higher, but just at least 2-to-1. Now, you aren't going to get all these trades that Shirley gets or that I get or that anybody else gets. That's not the point here, and you don't have to. It doesn't take much to do very well in trading if you'll just narrow your focus. And in fact, in the Coach's Corner, one of our members and very successful trader, Dave Deming, only trades the British pound US dollar pair, and that's it. And with very, very few exceptions, he's profitable every single week. So that's what I mean by narrowing your focus. So let me illustrate a trade from every day of this week of RFP patterns that Shirley took and the reward risks on each of them. I'm starting off, I got the US yen pair. This is probably your favorite pair, but this is on Monday the 14th. Shirley took a trade right in here, and this is pattern number 4 and pattern number 1. These, by the way, these patterns set up quite often together. The daily trend bias was up. Shirley bought it at 98.11. right down in here, and she held this one up, and she, by the way, she used a noble entry to get in exactly what we show in the RFP course, 10 pip risk, and she took it off at 98.61 up here for a 50 pip profit. That's a 5-to-1 reward to risk on just this one day. And by the way, this trade was also a 6-hour slingshot, something that I teach in the Coach's Corner. We watch for patterns first and foremost. That's the most important thing, is the pattern. But then we also look to see if the trade is confirmed by a slingshot or a MOF. MOF means money on the floor, and in this case it was. And I'll just show you what that looked like here. Here's a 6-hour chart, and all of these indicators are what are used to figure out if there's a slingshot or a MOF trade. Don't worry about them. I teach that in the Coach's Corner. It's got to be a certain alignment of these before you take a trade. It's not just a matter of one thing. So, but in any event, where she took the trade was right here. And she wrote it up into here, and that was a, like I say, what's called a slingshot, and it was a perfect trade right there on that one. On Tuesday, this is Monday, here's the next day. She took another trade. This time it was a pattern number 1 and a pattern number 4, and it was what we call a sneaky swing. It happened right in here. And as price came down into here, again with the daily trend bias up, we had this little sneaky swing, thanks to Greg for coming up with that highly technical name. And by the way, for those that have the RFP course, we're having a members only webinar this coming Wednesday, October 23rd. We're going to be explaining how to use these sneaky swings to really help your trading. In any event, Shirley bought it down here at 98.43, just a 10 pip risk, and she got it off right at these highs back up in here. Took the whole thing off for a 22 pip profit, so there was a 2.2-to-1 reward to risk on that one. Okay, and I'll tell you something, I'm just showing you one trade for each day. She also had a trade the same day on the British pound Japanese yen pair for a 6-to-1 reward to risk. These are huge, guys, and you talk about thinking about the implications that would have. It's quite something. Wednesday, Shirley had several outstanding trades on Wednesday, actually, including another one on this pair here. Actually, she bought it right down in here. Like I said, it's probably her favorite pair, at least right now. Anyway, it's really moving a lot lately. She traded it every single day this past week. The one on Wednesday this one was a 5-to-1 reward to risk on this one. But that actually was not her best trade of the day. Can you believe that? That was on the one. The best trade was on the U.S. Swissy pair, and so I'm going to go to that one right now. Get a 1 hour chart out here. It was the trade was right here, and it was a pattern number 4 long, beautiful setup at 91.05, which is the figure level, always a significant level to watch for. And it was helped by another sneaky swing on the way right into that level. Daily trend bias was up on this pair. So in at 91.05, and she took it off up here at 91.65 for a 60 pip profit on a 10 pip risk. That was a 6-to-1 reward to risk. Let's move along to Thursday. On Thursday, this one here's, I'll just show you when she took on the US CAD pair on this one. Get the 1 hour chart out. As prices coming down like this on Thursday, she sold right up here. This is a perfect pattern number 6. It was at 103.10. She had a 10 pip risk. The profit, she took it off down here. We have specific ways, by the way, that we'll for getting out of these trades as well. 25 pip profit, that's a 2.5 to 1 reward to risk. Also confirmed by it was a 1 hour slingshot. I'll show you what that looks like. Here is the US Canadian dollar pair. Prices coming down like this. This is just what we're looking for here. And again, you have to see that there's a proper alignment of factors, so don't read too much into this. I'm just telling you, this set up a 1 hour slingshot sell right there at a really good level. So we had that one going as well. And today, which is Friday, October the 18th, the trade today, oh, by the way, and just on that US CAD I just showed you here, she actually had another 5-to-1 reward risk trade on the US yen on Thursday as well, along with a 3.3-to-1 reward risk on the British pound Japanese yen. It's just amazing how many opportunities there really are. So that's why I'm telling you all this. Like I say, you're not going to get them all. You don't have to. I'm just telling you there's a lot of them out there. Here's today, Friday, October the 18th, Australia US dollar pair. This is in a very strong uptrend right now. Daily trend bias. This is a pattern 6 long right here. Very close to a 30-minute slingshot. See, that's the beauty of using the pattern first and then confirming with a slingshot MOF. Because in this case, just trying to buy it using a traditional slingshot entry, you probably would have missed the slingshot trade. I'll show you that. On this pair here, you know, this is a 30-minute chart here. This is where the buy was, and the way that a lot of people use this, you would have just actually missed that trade, but not the way that we do it, because we're using a pattern first. Because sometimes the entry is a little bit difficult to determine, depending how you do it. I mean, but I'm just the pattern is really what you want to be doing here. Anyway, what she did is the price broke the prior day's high, came back to it. This is a significant level here. Bought it, took it off up in this level for a just over a 2-to-1 reward to risk today, which is, like I say, Friday, October the 18th. Quiet day for the most part. It's Friday, so doesn't look at this point like there's anything big going to be happening. So just think what any one of these trades would mean to you. Say you're risking 1% of your account or whatever on a trade. You know, risk 1% and make a 2-to-1. That's a 2% return. See, you don't need to be able to get all these trades to do well with your trading. I'm showing them to you to illustrate just how often they set up. You know, I only showed 1 per day, but I get at least 3 per day sent to me from Shirley, so you can see how much opportunity there is using the patterns. And as I said earlier, this coming Wednesday, October the 23rd, for those that have the RFP course, Shirley and I are going to be doing a webinar where we're going to go over some enhancements to the patterns. And by the way, absolutely nothing has changed with the patterns themselves. They're identical to what we teach in the course. But we'll show you some little tricks and tips to really zero in on the entries and the exits. Okay, I'll leave it at that. You guys have a great weekend and week ahead, and hope to see you in the webinar on October 23rd. And a good week of trading next week. Take care. I'll be back at the end of next week with another weekly trade example. Thanks so much.